return trip from North Carolina back up to New Jersey begins this morning. Got the car juicing up. Plugged it in yesterday afternoon, and it's ready to go. It's got about 150 miles on it. I think we're going to stop at our first charging stop about 80 miles out, just to get it topped off. The stretches will be a lot longer from there. They'll be about 180 miles or so from there, but we'll get back up to about 90% battery so we can handle the rest of those legs. And it should be no big deal. It should be just 4 stops. Obviously other stuff comes up if the baby really needs us to stop, or we really got to get the dogs out, and we'll make another one. But really, it's only going to require 4 charging stops, or 3.5 as I'm calling it, because the first one's going to be really quick. Yeah, it's nice out here. We're in New Bern, but it's chilly. Feels great to me. All right, well, let's get started with our day. All right, first stop. We rolled in with the least amount of charge we've rolled into a stop yet, 17 miles. We're in Rocky Mount. This was, originally we thought this would just be a quick top off on our way, but we left with less range than we thought we were going to be leaving with, which is fine. You know, we're still here. So this is going to be a long stop. We'll charge all the way up full. And from here, I'll plug in our route through a better route planner and see what it has for us. We'll just let it plan the rest of our route. Maybe we'll hit some of the same stops on our way back. Probably not, but we'll see. All right, juicing up. Hopefully we get a fast charge. It's still ramping up. There we go. 20s to 30s to 40s, 50s, 60s. Yeah, keep going. 70s. All right, 80s. Yeah, we'll be okay. I'm hoping to get it up to max speed, which is 125. Yeah, there we go. 120s. All right, awesome. Not all chargers charge at the same speed, like even the same ones. Like Electrify America, we could be at another Electrify America and it could be charging slower. We're at one that charged at only about 30 something kilowatts, so we got a fast one here. Yeah, not a bad spot. We're here on our way down. We got a car wash, some green space to walk the dogs, the sheets so you can run in and get some grub. There's a pretty sweet Hyundai Ioniq 5 here. I like those things. It's a sweet looking car. Always fun to see what other EVs are at the charging station. Well, it's a little chilly, a little rainy, so I'm gonna get out of the weather and hang out while this thing does its job. Got a ways to go, just 12%. Stop number 2. Welcome, Scotty. Thank you. We're in Richmond, Virginia. We stopped here on the way up. There's a bunch of cars here. There's us, another first edition ID.4, a Volt. And then I think on the other side of that first edition ID.4 is a something else. Can't really see from here, but there's somebody else charging. Yeah, I always like seeing these places busy. There's a bunch of stalls, so plenty of room for everybody. It's Ioniq 5's just pulling in. But yeah, we're gonna get the dogs out, eat some lunch, juice up. It's moving fast, 123 kilowatts. Nice. All right. Lunch break. Little baby has been eating blueberries and tomatoes and a little bit of some Burger King chicken fries, some string cheese. Yeah. I got some Burger King down there too. The boys are in the back. Hi, Gizmo. Barley's still napping. Hi, Mr. Gizmo. You guys tired from your big trip? This is a busy charging station. Right beside us is an Ioniq 5, and it's cold, so I'm not getting back out. There's another Volkswagen ID.4. There's a Chevy Bolt. There's a Polestar. A Hyundai Kona EV just pulled out. Yeah, I love it. Nice and busy. I love seeing all the other EVs at the charging station. So we're going to stay in here where it's warm. And keep eating, maybe get the dogs out real quick, and then be back on our way. All right, so right after I just finished talking about how there was more and more different cars showing up, this sweet blue Rivian just showed up. Pretty awesome. I'm trying not to be too too much of a looky-loo pointing my camera over there, but want to get a shot of it. Definitely enjoy ogling all these new EVs. Yeah, I think it's really big. Looks awesome. Pretty cool light bar in front. I don't know if you can see that. It's like pulsing in green as it charges. That's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty sweet ride. This is exciting, seeing all these new EVs. All right, dogs, go potty, go potty. All right, stop number 3. We're in Springfield, Virginia. Another Electrify America. It's always Electrify America, almost always. Charging pretty quickly, in the 70s. Could be better, but that'll get the job done. Not a bad spot. There's a Target over there. This is part of a mall. Macy's, all that stuff. We don't really care. We might run into the Target. That's definitely handy. Not a great spot for walking the dogs. A little bit of green space. We'll probably just leave them in. We walked them at the last stop. So we'll probably just use the bathroom and hang out. Very busy. Man, this place is slammed. Whole parking lot slammed. And we got the last spot at the charger. There's a Leaf beside us. There's a Mach-E down there and a BMW i3, which is what our other car is. Not the same color, but we've got an i3. Yeah, just a few stalls. And now that we're here, they are all in use. Which, on one hand, is good. I like to see people using their EVs and using the charging infrastructure. But on the other hand, kind of scary that we got the last stall. If this one had been taken up, we'd just be sitting here waiting. Well, we'd probably just go find the next charger, but still. Yeah, so we rolled in with about 100 miles, so it shouldn't take too long to charge. We will run into Target and then hit the road. All right, 4th and final stop. Pretty cool here. 3, including us, 3 ID.4s. There's me. There's this one leaving, another ID.4. An ID.4 down there, all white. That's a Mach-E leaving. Yeah, it's our 4th and final stop at the Wawa in Delaware. ID.4 is all over the place. The Mustang Mach-E, oh, they're coming back. Yeah, they're coming back. Looked like they were having some payment issues. Occasionally these Electrify America stations can be finicky, but they've gotten really good lately. They've really upped their game with the quality control. But yeah, we're gonna get the baby out to stretch a little bit. There she is. Hello. She's been having fun. She's been having so much fun on this trip. Yeah, just giggling and singing in the back. We'll get the dogs out, throw away garbage, juice up. This one's going fast, 125 kilowatts. Yeah, so we are gonna keep moving. You boys are doing good. Been a long car ride, but they're comfy back here. They've got double beds, Gizmo's bed on top of Barley's bed. And I think they're just ready to be home, but they're doing good. Yeah, they've had a fun weekend. Isn't that right, Mr. Gizmo? Mr. Barley, good boys. We're back in New Jersey. The trip was a success. We had a great time, and I just wanted to give a quick recap and some final thoughts on how the trip went. Overall, it was amazing. It was such a pleasurable experience. We've done lots of gas road trips before. We've driven across the country, both ways, East Coast to West Coast and back. We've driven from North Carolina up to Ohio. We've done some serious road trips. And I've always noticed in a gas car, it's just exhausting. And you don't realize it at the time, but as soon as we do an electric road trip, we realize what a stark difference there is. Mainly, that comes down to the car itself. It's just way better of an experience than an EV. It's just a smooth ride, smooth, quiet. There's more technical features that make the experience better. It's just amazing. And when we get to our destination, we're not exhausted. One thing that really helps with that is, and this is kind of a misconception, people think, oh, an electric road trip, that'll be awful. You're going to be wasting so much time charging, going out of your way to find chargers. Really, the charging stops were the perfect number of stops. We stopped 4 times on the way down, 4 times on the way back up, for an average of about 25 minutes each. That's enough to use the bathroom, walk the dogs, change the baby, eat a snack, and just rest. And you're recharged, pardon the pun, you recharged both your car and you, ready to go. And we never thought we were wasting any time. If we had done the trip, actually we have done the trip, before we got the ID.4, we've gone down to North Carolina and back in the Jeep, and it took the same amount of time because you still have to stop for stuff. You have to stop for the dogs and the baby. So there's definitely a misconception that, oh, we're going to waste so much time charging on an electric road trip, and you really don't. It's perfect. You need to stop. You need to stop and take breaks, and the number of stops and the time per stop was perfect. It wasn't too little, it wasn't too much, so definitely charging is not a problem. I definitely would like for charging speeds to get a little faster, but it's not a problem. And speaking of the chargers, one thing that was fun was just seeing all the other EVs. We saw Polestars, Ioniq 5s, even saw Rivian, that was really cool. Saw a Hyundai Kona, all kinds. And the charging stations were mostly full, which was great to see. Obviously, you don't want to roll in and see it completely full because you want to be able to charge, but it was just really exciting to see all the different EVs. I'm a total electric vehicle evangelist, and it's just really exciting to see all the EVs out there now. Whereas a little over a year ago, when we got our BMW i3, I was almost always the only one at the charging station. I'd roll into an Electrify America, and maybe there'd be a Nissan Leaf there, but now they're packed, and it's great to see. Another fun thing about an electric road trip, and this is not a big deal, it's just a fun little quirk, you see some of the same people along your route at the chargers. You know, in a gas road trip, there's thousands of gas stations out there, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands probably, and you know, everybody's going to different gas stations. But on an electric road trip, there's only so many fast chargers out there, so you see some of the same people. We were at the fast charger in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and saw a young couple in a Hyundai Ioniq 5. And then hours later, we see them again when we stop to charge in Delaware. It's like, oh, hi, you guys again, 6 hours later. It's pretty cool. Not a big deal. It's just a fun little quirk. It's like you're all doing this road trip together. It's just kind of a fun little thing. So that's pretty cool. And on to a couple notes about the car. One thing that we realized we need to keep an eye on, I already kind of knew this, but we realized we really need to keep an eye on it, is cold weather affects the battery. It's not drastic. It's not going to ruin a road trip. We're definitely planning on driving down in cold months for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. It's not going to ruin the trip, but you have to keep an eye on that range when it's cold. The reason we rolled into the Rocky Mount charger with just 17 miles left was because it was in the low to mid 40s that morning. Again, we still got there. We got there okay. We still were able to get back up with just 4 stops. But instead of rolling in with 50 miles left, you might have 15 or 20. You just need to keep an eye on it. I didn't get any exact calculations of how it affected it, but it's significant. You need to keep an eye on it. The cold weather definitely will affect the battery. Again, not drastic. You can still road trip, and we definitely will this winter, but we kind of woke up to that fact. We got a little nonchalant and just thought, oh yeah, we're just going to cruise along with no problems, but cold weather affects the battery. One other note about the car and driving experience that I really want to be clear about is driver assist
is exactly that. It's driver assist. I know I gushed about it on the way down. I think maybe I overhyped it a little bit. It's a great technology. It's very useful. It's very handy, but it's not full self-driving. And for example, it kind of struggles on curves. It'll take them, but it's kind of jerky. It's kind of herky-jerky. It's not smooth. You need to have a hand on the wheel and eyes on the road because it is assisting you. It is not autopilot. It is not full self-driving. It will speed up and slow down. It's a great feature. It's perfect for the long, boring straightaways on the highway. You hop onto I-95, it's straightaway, and you've got 150 miles till your next turn. That's exactly when you want to use it. But if you get into maybe a curvy area going through some mountains or something, I would take it off and just do complete manual driving. So I just want to be clear, it's not full self-driving. It is an incredible feature. It's awesome. I love it. I want every car to have it, but it is what the ID.4 has is driver assist. And they're clear about it. They call it that. It's driver assist. They're not trying to make you think it's anything other than that. But just to be clear, hand on the wheel, eyes on the road, it definitely takes a lot of the stress out of the road trip. It's just, you feel so much less drained when you get to your destination. But it's definitely not complete self-driving, just so we're clear on that. So that's really all the notes that I have. It was a lot of fun. It was a pleasurable experience. We cannot wait to do more electric road trips. There will definitely be more. Please stay tuned because we're going to be doing a lot more electric road trips, electric day trips, and we'll be documenting them. We're going to learn. We're not total experts. We're learning along the way. I feel pretty knowledgeable about electric vehicles, but thank you to you guys who are chiming in with comments because I've learned a lot from you guys. And hopefully I can educate folks out there that are thinking about hopping on board. So stay tuned and we're going to have more electric adventures. See you next time.